Welcome to the MD Solutions Optimax training series. In this session, we will cover related entity navigation. The related entity icon is found in the TCM main navigation panel. It is important to become familiar with the information found and maintained in the related entity list. The related entity list contains your organization. Within your organization, you will find your locations, facilities, and most importantly, your staff that are used in the activity schedule. It is important to note that as your staff changes, you will need to update the staff in your related entity organization. The related entity list also contains records of other organizations or individuals that are associated with or in which you interact with during the course of the treatment for your clients. An example of an organization would be primary care practices, schools, transportation services, and so on. And an example of a person would be parents, guardians, and caregivers. Having this information stored in the related entity record allows you to connect these entities to your clients in the TCM client or case. Related entities can be tied to Client Demographics Contact tab in the Parent Guardian field, Physician, School District. As stated earlier, it is important to remember when you are setting up your related entity that there are two types, a person or an organization. The entity type determines how the information is entered. Let's go over creating a new organization type. You should allow the system to generate the abbreviation. While it is set to be a required field, which is indicated by the asterisk, you do not have to enter anything here. You'll set your entity type, whether person or an organization. If the type is organization, you will be required to enter an org name. If it is person, you will be required to enter the first name and the last name. Other required fields are the street one, city, state, and zip. The category, class, group, and type can be used to assist in filters, rules, reporting, and even security groups, but they are not required. For more information on how to utilize these fields, contact MD Solutions. Completing the locations and the staff will allow you to include that information in your scheduled activities. Let's now review specifically how to create a new or update an existing staff member when there are changes within your organization. First, if your organization has staff members that are no longer current, you will want to mark that member as inactive. To do so, you'll open the record and check the inactive checkmark box. In creating a new staff member, you should maintain the existing protocol used for the abbreviation. If you are using the staff category, type, and class, be sure to populate them. If you are not using these fields, contact MD Solutions for suggestions on how to utilize them. Pay particular attention to the caption field. While this field does not show as being required, be aware that this field is what shows up in the activity schedule. If you leave this blank, the staff member will be blank. Follow your existing protocol used for your other staff members. User field. This field has an asterisk indicating this is a required field. Note this is an informational asterisk. You can create staff members without setting this field. However, if the staff member logs into Optimax, this field is used to link the staff member to the Optimax user. In order to set up staff members with an Optimax account, you will need to submit the Add User form to MD Solutions. If you have questions on this form, contact us. Please note, you can create this staff member's account on your own and can begin building that member's schedule immediately. However, that staff member cannot actually log into Optimax until you have been provided with that staff person's credentials. The provider field. This field has an asterisk indicating this is a required field. However, this is just an informational asterisk that will indicate that the provider is recommended when tracking case management or client services activities. The case management activity field has an asterisk next to it, indicating that it is required. This is also an informational asterisk, and the message received is an informational one only. If you are not performing case management functions, you are okay leaving this blank and ignoring the warning. The auto track field is defaulted to manual. There are 3 options for this field: manual, with confirmation, and full auto. This field is related to the process of completing a scheduled activity. If manual is selected, when completing an activity, you will be required to start the time tracking in that scheduled activity. If with confirmation is selected, you will be presented with a message confirming if you wish to start the time tracking. And if full auto is selected, when opening the activity, it will automatically begin the time tracking. In review of this session, we have discussed what information is stored in the related entity list, where the related entity information is linked in the client record, adding related entities, scheduling activities with staff and locations of the related entity record, the ability to build activity schedules for new staff members before the user has been created, and a reminder that you must request from MD Solutions to add a new staff member as a user before that person can log into Optimax.